In this video, I want to show just a kind of simple update we've made in version 4.3, what we kind of call a sticky header. So let me kind of show you this as an output so you can see what I'm talking about, what we consider to be a sticky header. So right now I've got a page that is not terribly verbose in terms of the amount of information I have, but if I start to, say, drill in a little bit, find a category, and I might have some stuff to browse, and what you'll notice is as I start to scroll down the page, the header kind of gets pinned at the top here where you see this pinned, and really what's allowing me to kind of have a sticky header to be able to always navigate back to the home or whatever I've got built in my breadcrumbs as a way to, even if I'm scrolled to the bottom of the page, I can still transition and move to the home or whatever breadcrumbs I've got here. Now this experience of pinning the header and primarily focusing on just the breadcrumbs that's sticky on the top, this is kind of how we've styled it so far across all the themes. But this could be done differently, or what you pin at the top as far as a header could be different from one theme to the next, or in your implementation could be done differently as well. But we tried to just kind of keep a thin header once you scroll too far down. Now, just to kind of also show you this from a, I guess from a mobile perspective, let me switch to kind of an iPhone kind of width. Right, so here's a case. Let me just refresh the page, and as I scroll, you'll see it's kind of pinning that top. Now, even more helpful when I start to actually get into, say, a catalog item, right? As I'm drilling down or scrolling down the page of this catalog item, I've got the ability to kind of go back to where I was before without having to scroll back up to the top, right? So that's kind of the main reason for doing that kind of sticky header. So let me quickly show you kind of where the settings is for this. So if you don't want to use the feature, I'll show you there's a quick on-off switch basically for this particular feature. So it's labeled in this kind of general section as show minimized header on scroll. Right, so if I turn this off, and as I scroll, you'll see it's not pinning at the top a little thin header to be able to go back to. Right, so that's kind of this on-off switch here to activate or inactivate that feature. Now just quickly I'll show you kind of where the code is in here. Any of these headers, first of all on the server side part of this, it'll have a line. Let's see this here. At the moment it'll have a line somewhere in here at the bottom that'll say basically whether to use the sticky header, and that's where it's evaluating that property. And then in the header here you've got this class of sticky header. There's a new directive that we've created that basically just detects if you're scrolling, if you scroll to a certain length, then whether or not to, in essence, toggle this flag to true or false, whether you're considered scrolled or not. So if we're considered scrolled, it'll add this class of min to our sticky header. And so ultimately, if you look at the CSS here, you'll see, if I search for sticky header, there's a whole section in here of styles that have been added to these header records to handle. Here's what the header looks like if I'm not scrolled. If I'm in minimized, then we're in essence doing a fixed positioning of that header. We're hiding certain sections of that header and kind of styling that bar a little bit with a white background border, changing some of the colors a little bit. So that's kind of, in essence, this code right here is driving kind of that, ultimately, that sticky header kind of experience as part of that. So hope this is helpful in seeing kind of what this feature is and kind of why we added it. Hope this was helpful. Thank you.